Yo, welcome to the Stingray Thundercast. I'm your host, Stingray Thunder, and I'm here with the amazing Lorenzo Larano!
Yo, what's up, man? How you doing?
Not much, bro. How you doing, bro? Happy to have you here, man.
Cheers, brother. Thanks for having me.
It's good.
Good to see you again.
Oh, always good to see you, bro. Lorenzo Larano, El Cavido, one of the most killing it on social media comedians, but also hilarious on stage. One of the greatest. Can I ask you a serious question, though?
Go ahead, man. Let's go.
All right. So what would you rather? Your mother's body with your wife's brain, or your wife's body with your mother's brain? Which one would you prefer to have sex with?
That's a killer question.
Yeah, bring the hard questions, bro.
My wife's body, but my mum's brain. Oh.
Who would you rather sleep with, bro?
Just for religious reasons.
For religious reasons?
Yeah. I would go for my mum's body, but my wife's brain.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I could live with that.
Why is that? Like,
they got the same body type.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yes, but like, because my mum speaks Tagalog, and like, what if she starts enjoying it?
Yeah, well,
yeah, that sucks.
Fair call.
I'd be scarred either way, and my mum. Well, no, because it'd be my wife.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, she might be all right. Do they swap back afterwards?
Yeah. No, it's just one route, and like your mum's either going to be in it or not.
Do I have to come?
Yeah.
Well, it'll be quick, hopefully.
So your mum's body?
My mum's body. And
your wife's brain?
Yeah.
All right, word. Good.
That's a hard, mate.
Good question.
What's up with that question?
Yeah, me personally, bro, like, I'd probably take your mum's body and your wife's brain too, to be honest, yeah.
Because,
Because, like, then I could be like, dude, I fucked your mum.
God damn you, bro.
I'm a piece of shit, I know. All right. It's an awkward question.
Very awkward, but
it's a very awkward question.
I hope my mum's not watching this.
Me leading up to just your mum joke, bro. Like, that was the whole point.
Straight to my mum, bro.
Oh, dude, I'm a piece of shit.
You're a good guy. You mean well.
I do my best, bro. I do my best.
You mean well. Sorry, Mom.
So how you been, bro?
Good, man. I just come back about a week ago from I finally were able to fly out of the country again. I traveled. I took my wife and kid to Japan. That's where my wife's from. My wife's Japanese. Yeah. Stayed there for 3 weeks, and then also traveled to the Philippines, finally.
Nice, yeah.
That was awesome.
Just in case you don't know, he is huge in the Philippines. It is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
You're Filipino, bro.
I'm Filipino.
Fucking made it in your country, bro.
Finally. Somebody finally is paying attention. It was weird because, like, I've got this channel on Facebook that I started during the pandemic. And I started this thing called Gangster Cooking. And as it started to grow, it's got about 200, just under 250,000 followers, and it started to grow. I started to get people like yourself involved and be in it. And I've got like 70% of my followers are Filipinos, 10% are Mexicans.
That's amazing, bro.
Yeah. It was weird. It was just like somehow Facebook just knew I was Filipino and then spread it to the Philippines. And I never knew, like, I didn't know what to expect when I landed in the country, right? But basically, as soon as I got to the airport, I was hungry as fuck, and I wanted to go to a 7-Eleven and just get something to eat. And I go to this random 7-Eleven. I'd only been in the country for maybe like 4 hours. And I go to 7-Eleven to get something to, like a snack. And this guy just points to me and he goes, "What are you doing here?" In my language, right? Yeah. And I was just like, "Oh, I'm just here to get a snack." And he goes, "El Cavido." Like, that's within the first like couple of hours, and I was just like, damn. And then it was like at least 6 times a day whenever I would go somewhere. Even at 2 a.m. in the morning when I was looking for something to eat, not prostitutes, right? I would
not prostitutes
just some
at all. Just some food.
Yeah, and it's some dudes would just go across the road and be like, "Hey, one guy said, "You look like this vlogger." And I went, "Oh, cool. What's his name? Or what's the person's name?" And they're like, "Oh, El Covido. You got the same kind of face and mustache." And I was like, "Oh, is he handsome?" And he goes, "Oh, not really."
Oh, rough.
And I'm like, "Bro, that's me." And he goes, "Nah, that ain't you, cunt." And I'm like, "Nah, it's me, man." And he goes, "Like, check out the tattoos." And he's like, "Oh, can I take a photo?" And I was just like, "Damn." That's pretty surreal, man.
That's awesome, bro.
Humbling.
Oh man, fuck, that's amazing. So yeah, so you got noticed a lot.
It was
Didn't they make a food shop?
Yeah. So there's a couple of there's a burger joint named after me there, and an actual like little cafe called El Covido Parisan, which is basically like a type of soup meat what they sell. And the thing was, so when I kind of blew up during 2020, this guy reached out to me, and he was a chef, and because during the pandemic kind of lost his job, and he wanted to start his own little like cafe / eatery just on the side street. And he asked if he could use my likeness, like El Covido, because he's like, "Oh, you're my idol." And I was like, "Oh, dude." And he goes, "I'll give you a cut of whatever I make." I'm like, "Dude, just do it."
Yeah,
I don't want to cut, man. And I know how much an average Filipino makes. So I was like, "Bro, if you want to do that, do it, bro. Just feed your family."
Damn.
And so when I was there in the Philippines, he invited me over to his place, and he organized a big meet and greet. And I'm like, "Oh, I don't even know people turn up," because that day there was a typhoon.
Oh,
There was a typhoon. There was literally
Jesus,
like,
bro.
so it was flooding in the streets, and 200 people turned out. But like
200?
Well, it was
For a
close
meet
to
and
that.
greet, bro.
Like there was people like I don't know, and I mean I'll show you photos later, but it was so weird.
I think I've seen the photos on Facebook.
Yeah, it was so weird. Bro.
Oh, nice, bro.
And then they were just like so happy to meet me in person, and it almost felt like it was fake, because I'm like, we do comedy here. We hardly get about 10 people in an open mic room sometimes.
Yeah,
comedy
yeah.
room.
But 200 at a fucking meet and greet, bro.
To just see you and just say hello and have a drink up. And then like I had a guy, like we had a few drinks and everything, and I had this kid come up to me. It was a bit of a dick move. He goes, "Oh, can you sign my t-shirt?" And I'm like, "Oh, sign the back and just do whatever message." So I signed his t-shirt, and I'd never signed anyone's shirt as El Covido, because it's Lorenzo, right?
Yeah.
So I signed as El Covido, and then I drew a dick. But
Was it proportionate to size, or did you do like a big dick?
if it was blown up,
Yeah, it was a close photo of your penis.
basically huge head, no shaft, like this.
Yeah, that's what mine looks like. Yeah,
You can't wank it. No.
maybe I'm Asian.
Hey,
Hey, who knows?
part of it, yeah.
Yeah.
And he was happy because he was just like, "Oh yeah, I got a dick on my back." So
Did he know about the dick on the back?
yeah, some guy took a photo, and he actually thought it was cool because like everybody else wanted just people's shirts that I was signing just had a normal El Covido signature, and his one had a dick.
Yeah, word.
Yeah,
word.
So
That's
he
exciting,
thought it was
bro.
special. So
Yeah, nice.
yeah,
nice.
I bet you when he got home to his parents, they'll be like, "What the fuck is this?"
It's El Covido's
Yeah.
dick, mom.
But I had a look in the bathroom. Proportionate.
It's proportionate. It's like a stubby.
Like a little mini Coke. Very fat though.
That's
so.
a fat dick, yeah. I
I've got
know.
a girthy.
You're a girthy dude. You've got a girthy cock. That's how it works, bro. Yeah, no, I hear. Yeah.
No shaft.
No shaft.
No
yeah.
shaft.
Yeah, I'm like average shaft, but like decently thick, you know.
Yeah, easy to clean though.
Yeah. Oh, so dude. Yeah, I'm circumcised, so I don't know.
Oh, same.
Yeah. Well, congratulations.
I got
bro.
circumcised when I was 20 though.
Really?
Yeah, it was terrible.
Well, actually.
Yeah, it's true. Like, so, I mean, so when I was 20, I dated this girl. She was Japanese too, and I don't think she meant to. She was meant to offend me, but she was like, my dick once, and then she goes, "Oh, you still have a skin?" I was like, "Yeah," and it's because I never got circumcised. And then I said, "Oh, why? Is there anything wrong with that?" And she goes, "No, there's nothing wrong with it, but in my country." And I think it was just the language barrier, but she said, in my country, men don't have a skin. So I took that as I'm not a man.
Oh wow!
And so I saved, right, and it costs money to get circumcised when you're like,
Yeah,
an adult.
dude. That's scary as fuck.
Yeah.
You got an adult circumcision.
It's an actual surgery as an adult. So, and most adults only really get circumcised if they have a condition, you know, or a skin problem, right? And I was getting it done because I felt insecure because of what she said. I was 20 years old. I was like a dumbass, right? And so I got it done when I was 20, and it was this the only thing I regret in life because
getting you circumcised.
Yeah, because the healing period. The healing was the worst. I'd never felt so much pain. I've broken my arm before, my nose and jaw. Ooh, 2 months and a half, however long, I think it was about 2 months and a half to heal. Because every time, an average dude gets about 10 to 15 boners a night during your sleep.
Oh, for real?
I reckon I got about 20 because I never got any sleep.
So it was just like tearing.
Dude, yeah, because when they circumcise it and then they stitch it, we're going into medical science now.
Yeah.
And they stitch it, it's kind of like having a barbed wire around your knob.
Oh, wow.
But when it's flaccid, so imagine when you
it gets hard, yeah.
It's like,
wow.
Yeah. So
wait, I've never heard of anyone doing that, man.
Yeah, I regret it. I wish I could take my skin, and it took away about.
Do you miss the skin?
Yes, I kept it.
Did you eat it?
No, I've got it in a jar at home.
No shit.
No, I'm kidding.
Dude, as if you wouldn't keep the skin though. Wait, you didn't keep your circumcised skin?
No, I was
I would have asked for it, bro.
That's the sound it made when they cut it. It was like crunchy.
Wait, were you awake? You were
I was awake.
you were awake when
but they gassed me, and so I was like talking the whole time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was watching it to but I was so high. I was like telling him my life story.
Yeah, well.
And then the guy's like, "You gotta stop talking because you're distracting me."
Yeah.
As he was
snipping you.
It only took like 10 minutes. Like
yeah,
nothing.
what?
10 minutes.
I've had mine off since I was like a baby, so like I didn't know like the journey.
You're lucky.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why my parents didn't do that, but
yeah, I'm happy that it's gone. Like I'd hate that. Like there's no like.
You don't know the difference though. Yeah, here's the thing.
But there's no like foreskin in porn or anything. Like it means your dick's ugly if you've got a foreskin.
When it's flaccid, yeah, but when you have a foreskin, it pulls back.
Yeah, word. But like
unless you got heaps of foreskin.
Yeah, there are those people like with the wizard sleeve.
Yeah. I mean, I've never seen other people's foreskin, but.
Dude, I search it. I look it up every night.
Why do you do that?
Just for fun. Just because, like, I want my dick to feel special.
Look, I'm not going to say it's weird. But
I don't really, bro. Jesus. That sounds like something I'd do, to be honest.
Your fetish,
It's like dudes with foreskin. There is nothing on the internet.
I've never had a foreskin. I want to see what it looks like. You know? And then you Photoshop it onto yours.
But you didn't keep your little foreskin.
No, I was under. I mean. Maybe I could have asked, but I was under gas, and all I remember was like, I think I remember talking to him about how I wanted to be a firefighter, but I was too short because you got to be a certain height.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, you got to be like at least 5'7" or something.
I want to do it, but it's really hard to get into.
Yeah. I think obviously the physical part of it is one aspect, but I think the height is...
It's not the physical, it's the amount of people trying to do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I looked it up. There's like they only do it like once a year or something. There's like a little course thing, and you've got to like
in Melbourne or in Australia.
I think this was in New South Wales when I was looking it up. Like the amount of effort that it would be to do it was just too much. It's like you've got to, and you're going up against a lot of like really healthy people. But I was pretty healthy at the time, so it was like it's like I could do this, but it was like you need you need to like have like a school certificate or your year 10 or something like that. Like you need a bunch of stuff. Nothing a dyslexic person could be. You know? Like,
wow. I don't know how it went in New Zealand, but like I looked it up and I would not even made the normal entry level. It's like 5 foot too short, like 5 inches too short, you know. Dang. I can't even be a flight attendant as well.
Really?
Yeah, so my brother's a flight attendant and he's on the cusp of having made it for Qantas, right? He's like 5'5" or something, and so he just made it because you got to be able to reach the little cabinet thingies that you open up without having to tippy-toe.
Yeah, word. I always thought like shorter would be better in a plane.
Why?
Just because like you're less space, you know?
No, like, you're less people out.
Yeah, I mean, but less space. You just like this little thing running at the height of the chairs. Just
like, here you go, sir.
Here's your foods. You know, like there's got to be space for short people.
It's not Charlie the Chocolate Factory.
That is fucked up. Like I feel like Oompa Loompas would be great for fucking
No, it would be terrible.
Dude, if I could just get some midgets to do like a bunch of small jobs around the house,
Hire
I'd
me,
be fucking,
hire me.
Ah, dude, you're fucking El Cavito, son.
Thank you.
Settle down.
Come on.
Settle down. You're not a midget, bro.
We started off well. We went from foreskin to now trying to be firemen and cabin crew members, for employees. That's good. It's a good start so far.
Yeah, we're doing all right. We're doing fine.
So I've been gone for about 6 weeks. What have you been getting up to?
Yeah, just gigging, bro. Just fucking gigging. Quit me job. Yeah, dude, I'm making it so big. No, I just got in an argument with me boss, Yeah, but mainly just an argument with me boss that didn't go down well. It's more about my health and safety than anything.
Yeah.
And I had to like pick health and safety or keep working in that joint. And it's very easy for me to get work.
That's how I feel sometimes with my wife, Like,
you're married with kids, bro. You got a kid.
My kid's lovely. He's gonna be just like me though. He's, if anything, more like his personality is so much like mine. He just recently learned how to lie.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it's hard.
A lot of lies. Yeah. What?
Yeah. So and he figured that out. When I asked him, it was weird when he figured it out because I asked him a question. I was like, I could smell shit. I was like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, hey, JT, my son's name. I go, JT, did you just shit yourself? And he goes, no. And then when I went, and he said, no, I went, oh, okay. And then, because I've never known him to lie, he had this massive smile. Like, he just realized, I just fooled my dad. Because he'd always
I can just get away with this. Yeah, what?
Yeah, and so now he will once in a while just lie about certain things. Yeah,
about shitting himself.
Shitting himself.
Dude, it's the first. It's a start.
I'd lie about that too.
Yeah. When I was younger, man, I was like it was the first chick I wanted to go out with.
Yep.
And like my friend was like, "Come out. I think she wants you and shit. Like we'll hang out." But I was like fucking like 7 or 8. Yeah. Like I was young. So we went to an oval together and like with all the friends and like I was sitting down trying to talk to her and get to know her and shit like that. And then I farted and shit came out, bro. Like,
you sharted.
I sharted, yeah. And like I didn't expect it because it hadn't happened a lot at the time.
Yeah.
I was wearing like a little pair of blue shorts and I was like, oh fuck.
Ooh, that would show.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I gotta get the fuck out of here without them knowing and get back and finish this date. So what I did is like I kind of like walked backwards. Like I gotta go to the toilet. I'll be back in a second. Walking backwards for a bit, just like just
you're like shuffling. Like, I'm all good, G.
Like, why are you walking backwards? I don't know.
Gangster walk.
There was like a toilet on the side of the oval. Yeah. Went in there, took me underwear off, threw them in the sink, washed me shorts.
Okay.
There's a little saturated wet, and I was like, that blue. I'm like, dude, as if they're paying that much attention to like the tone of my shorts
from behind.
Well, just like the color of them. Like we've been hanging out. Like when I washed them and rinsed them out, they were just like a darker blue.
You're doing this while bottomless.
Yeah, in the toilet on the side of the oval. Just I'm like, they need to dry. But I'm like, it's all that color.
Yeah.
And like, it's a different tone of blue. As if they're going to notice that shit. So I just left my underwear in the fucking sink.
Commando styles, no underwear.
Put the shorts back on, walked back out there and just sat down like nothing happened. And the first thing they said to me was like, why are your shorts wet? And I was like, oh, it's a hot day. I just needed to cool off down there, like
good save.
Just cool
save.
off.
That's a good save, man. Yeah, that's a good save.
Yeah. I got away with it, man. Like they didn't ask any more questions.
Nah, they knew.
Nah, they just let it go.
Yeah,
we're kids.
How old were you? How old were you?
Huh?
How old were you when they had
like 7 or 8?
Oh, 7 or 8. Oh, yeah, okay.
Young. So like they didn't get it. There was no like it's not like this has happened to everyone before.
Yeah, you can fool kids.
But it was a hot day. It was a fucking hot day. So like it would make sense for me to go like wet something on myself.
Something
after
a
doing
kid would
shit.
Do.
Yeah, it's just something dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got away with it. Like no, and not only that, they would have brought it up if they knew.
Yeah.
Like if they knew something was up, no way in hell. Like your kids, bro, you'd be like, you shat yourself, and that would be the end of your life.
Yeah.
You'd have to move suburb.
Yeah.
Like you'd be at school the next day. They'd be like up in your grill. Like 100% got away with it.
Yeah, I had a friend back in primary who his balls would get really hot, and so he would go to the tap and he would just like rinse his nuts in broad daylight, and then he would have a wet patch. But he wasn't handicapped or anything, but that's what he did. And people just went, "Oh, that's what Oliver does. Oliver does it."
100% that dude pissed himself regularly.
No,
you're like, no, 100% he washed his balls. Dude, we just went through this. We just went through this. This kid has pissed himself. He goes to the toilet. I was like, my balls are really hot. I get hot balls, bro. No one gets hot balls to chuck under the water, bro.
We would watch him though. He's like, oh, here goes Oliver. Here he goes again.
He probably did it a couple of times in front of you just to like cover the secret up. 100%, bro. 100%.
It's kind of like this dude. Oh, he spilled my beer, but you've pissed yourself.
This dude pissed himself by accident once and had to keep the story up for the rest of his life.
Not with at
Tell
school.
me the story.
It was a house party and there was heaps of people lined up to go bathroom, and I couldn't hold it in any longer, so I just sat in the couch and I went, oh, and just pissed myself. And I'm like, I'm gonna stink like piss. So I had a beer with me, and I was like, how do I cover this up? And this chick was approaching me, and I went this. Basically, imagine this is a beer. I went, oh, how you doing? Oops. And spilled all over my pants. I'm like, oh no. Knowing well and full that I just pissed myself. And
got away with it though.
Get him a towel. And I'm like, oh. So I've only done that once.
All right, one time, right. I was like, that I was young, you know, and for some reason, like I went to have sex with this chick, and we were like, all right, so we're gonna fuck, yeah, let's do it. And it just came so quickly.
Yeah,
like I'd never come. Like it was such a rare. Yeah. So it was like I come so quickly. It was like ridiculous, and I was like confused about it. But like in the instant of like the first 2 or 3 thrusts, and then I'm like, oh shit, I'm coming. Ooh. And I was like, and I was like, look, I don't think we should do this.
What'd you say?
She was like, what? I'm like, dude, we're too good of friends to be having sex. And I'm just like pulling the fucking condom off me dick, just like chucking it in the bed, just like, yeah, just look, we should just be mates. We shouldn't do this. We're too good of friends. We're too good of friends to be doing this.
And she respected you after.
She respected me. You know, we stayed friends for ages. But what she didn't know is I just came way too quick.
And you've got.
And if you're watching this,
Sarah,
if you're watching this, my bad. We probably could have had a good relationship.
She's married with 2 kids now.
Yeah, married with 2 kids. All of them. All of the chicks that I used to have sex with.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a scary moment, but I got away with some shit, man. It was
you can get away with so many things when you're younger and come up with the worst excuses and be like, oh yeah, that could be believable. You can't do that now.
Dude, I was so convincing, bro. I reckon I could pull it off today.
Yeah. I mean, if you talk the talk, walk the talk.
Yeah, I've got this thing these days where if I respect a chick too much, man, like it takes a bit for me to get a boner over her.
Yeah.
You know, because you're like, oh, I don't want to hurt. Like, you got too much going on in your head.
It's hard for me to imagine that because I'm married. I've been married for 4 years now.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Yeah. I mean, congratulations. Married with kids.
I tell you, it was really hard when I was in the Philippines because, so like I said, it was so surreal for me to, because I didn't expect it, right? I thought maybe like once every couple of days someone might recognize me. But I went to a club, and the host that let me in, it was a female lady, and she was basically in a bikini clad. It was one of those like pool party clubs. Yeah, like we were on like the 80th floor or whatever it was, right? And she recognized me straight away, and I was with a bunch of other dudes, the influencers or / vloggers as well, and they put us into a VIP room, and the other vloggers were also recognized because they were quite big in the Philippines, and there was just girls like just wanting to talk to us and like be like really touchy-feely,
like wanting to go.
Yeah, it was so hard. Look, I didn't do anything right, but it was so hard.
Sometimes it gets hard when women are trying to get you, man.
Man, and I'm not even bragging or anything, but like it's just I'd never experienced that before. I don't get that in Melbourne, man.
Yeah.
I'm no one here. I'm
Like, I
nobody
get
here.
that, but like...
I get that. I'm with nobodies. But like, it was it was so weird. Like, you go to a club, you get given... I was given a champagne bottle.
Yeah?
And it was just weird because like... To come from doing open mic in Melbourne and then to go to the Philippines and then be given like VIP class service because they've seen
bottles
you,
of champagne.
doing content in Australia, and then people I mean, obviously because it was getting millions of views, I was getting a bit of exposure there. It was just so hard to kind of almost accept because I'm like, man, I'm funny here, you know, like not because I've never done live comedy there.
Yeah.
But then they know me there. It almost seemed like I'd been doing so much comedy there without me having stepped foot in the Philippines.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, so I'm going back in February.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah.
You'd want to, bro.
So actually, my plan is to take a couple of comedians with me and do a proper show here and there because I met up with a couple of dudes there who, a TV executive guy as well who wants to set up something for me, and a couple of venues who want me to do an actual proper show with the people that I want to bring because it wasn't just a pure holiday thing that I did.
Yeah, doing some business.
Yeah, a couple of people went and talked to me about certain things, and I don't want to jinx it, but yeah, some stuff in February.
That's good, man. That's
so
awesome.
That'd be nice, you know.
You have to do comedy in your native language or what?
Oh no,
is that the right word? Native language? I feel like
Philippines has the highest in regards to speaking English. They've got the best English vocabulary.
Oh no,
like
shit.
Like homeless people. I had a homeless guy come up to me and go, "Hey man, have you got $1?" They got an American accent over there.
Holy shit!
I got a homeless dude. It's like spoke better English than an Aussie.
Yeah, he was like,
I could actually understand them.
It was like, "Hey, back in the door."
The one thing about the Philippines that also opened my eyes was the poverty line, and then also the privileged people, right?
Yeah.
So I stayed in this area where it was more of like the prevalent, richer people area where, because I didn't know what to expect first, so I wanted to look after myself, and I stayed in this 5-star hotel that this influencer that hooked me up with, and literally within less than a kilometer away was dilapidated houses, like ghetto,
yeah,
like insanely poor area. And on my last 3 days in the Philippines, I was like, I'm gonna go live on this side, just to
live on the poor side,
the ghetto side, where it was like dilapidated houses and everything. I just wanted to try it out and see if I could last, right? So my last 3 days, I booked a hotel in the middle of that area, and this is how I found out that it was not a good idea, right? So I just come back from Cebu, which is like kind of like flying from Sydney to Melbourne, right? So I went to Cebu, spent a few days there in the Philippines, and then I get dropped off at the airport, and from the airport I catch basically an Uber to the hotel I'm going to stay. As soon as I got near the street, the Uber driver was like, "Oh, this is your stop." And I was like, "No, mate, it's about another 200 meters." And he goes, "No, I'm not going down that street."
Oh, no shit.
And that's when I realized, holy
Jesus,
crap, it's a dangerous area. And he's like, "I've got another passenger. No, you got to get out."
Yeah, real.
So I was like, "No, drop me off over there." He gets out of his car and he opens my door for me. And he goes, "Go." And I'm like, got my bag, my laptop and everything.
Fucking hell.
And I look so out of place. I start walking towards my hotel, which is about like 200, 300 meters away from where he dropped me off. And there's no lights. There's no light. It's like, because this is basically ghetto. There's no lights, man. There's like makeshift lights,
Yeah.
There's kids and teenagers or whatever, young adults gambling on the street with dice. Like kind of like one of my sketches, like real gambling, right?
Yeah, real.
And then some guy goes, "Fuck you, bald cunt." And I was like, oh shit. So I start walking to my hotel. And I get to my hotel. My hotel's crap. It's like, compared to the places I'd been staying, it's basically like half the size of the studio, like half the size of this. And the aircon is taped onto the wall. The running water's brown.
Ugh.
And it was rough. The next day, I wake up it was the happiest place ever.
Yeah, what?
There's just like kids playing, you know, following me because I had a camera. I'm like, hey, I'm in this place. I'm still alive.
Yeah, what?
And people were like, oh, I've seen you. Because it was at night. Obviously, they didn't know who I was. But the next day, people were like, oh, man, we watch you on Facebook.
Yeah, nice.
And
nice.
so I was being offered food. People asked me, hey, do you want to vlog our house and everything? And so that's when and in that place, right, where I stayed for like a day or two, they were the most friendliest people compared to the hotel where I stayed, where they were just like, had their own little world. I'm me, I'm with myself, this is me. They don't pay attention to anybody else. But that little ghetto area I stayed in, the most friendliest people, happy, they had almost had nothing, right?
Yeah.
And they're offering me food, offering me stuff.
I always say, man, poor people are the best people, man. It's crazy.
Polite
it's crazy.
too, you know?
What? All right, man. Look, I need to have a piss. So we're going to have a little break. I do this at everybody. There's going to be a sketch in between this. We'll see you after the break, yo. El Cavito!
Being a young teenager was a magical time for everybody. Selling drugs to eat, sleeping on the streets, and wondering why your parents don't love you. Those were the days. But just like what every young teenager goes through, getting stabbed in the neck was the most unpleasant. Ha! Puberty, right? The only problem is, why can't movies get it right? Like, this is a guy getting stabbed in a movie.
Oh my god, somebody help me. This man is crazy.
Lady, you're getting stabbed for no reason. Don't worry, ma'am. I'll save you. If you want to stab her, you have to go through me. Oh! Don't worry about it. It's just a flesh wound. You're gonna pay for that one. And this is how it goes down in real life. Give us your phone, bruh. You're gonna have to stab me. Did you just stab me, bro? Oh, hey, take my phone, whatever. Oh, is it bleeding? I need to go to hospital, Tale as old as time. I think what I'm trying to say here is pretty simple. Someone pulls a knife on you, give them the stuff and run. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm Stingray Thunder. Love you all. Bop, bop, bop.
Yo, and we're back with Lorenzo Larano. Brop. Oh, fuck yeah.
How was your piss?
The piss was great, bro.
That was good.
It was good getting it out.
Yeah. You didn't piss yourself here, did you?
A little bit. I just let it go. My shorts are a little bit darker than before.
They're down there now.
Yeah.
It's all good. In your own house, so it's all good.
Yeah, dude, you piss in your own house. Completely normal thing.
That's fine. That's fine.
So yeah, you were talking about staying in the poor area of the Philippines,
The ghetto area,
Yeah.
That was fun. Because one of the things, like living in certain areas, like I got a haircut. I mean, I'm bald. I still got to like shave it and stuff. I stayed in the ghetto area. I got a baldy haircut for like $1 over there. $1, right? And you cut, and in the richer area where I got a haircut because I still got to get my head shaved every like few days.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Well, yeah. So then it doesn't look like a kiwi fruit.
Yeah, fair go.
Yeah.
You could just wear a hat, but yeah.
Like right now, because I haven't had a haircut.
Damn straight.
I look a fucking aging kiwi fruit. It cost $20, almost as much as getting a haircut here.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Or in the rich areas over there.
Yeah, because they've got like someone like fluffing you and everything, whereas this dude's just using a razor. That probably hasn't been changed. But,
like you went to the poor area and caught AIDS.
Yes, on my head.
Head herpes, bro. Every time you get a haircut in a poor area.
No, it was good. He changed. I asked him to change the razor. Hey man, change the razor.
Yeah, wait. Did he do it with like a normal razor?
You know those what are they called? Those
cutthroats.
Yeah, cutthroat razors. Yeah, he used one of those. So I asked him to use one of those because I wanted to get like a close shaved.
Yeah, smooth.
Like a baby's bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, but was the haircut even? Like, I mean, like, so was the $20 haircut just as good as the fucking dollar haircut?
Probably better, the $1 haircut.
No shit? Yeah, because they work harder.
Yeah.
Poor people, bro. They are the best.
And I gave him I gave him a $5 tip, which isn't much when you say it, but he was like, "Oh, it's only $1." And like, here's $5, you know, because mainly because I didn't have any change as well, so just keep it, man.
Yeah, fair cool.
He was happy, and like, yeah, like that was an experience. But prior to that, I was also in Japan, like, which is a whole different country compared to the Philippines. It's insane. I almost got stabbed.
In Japan?
In Japan.
Oh, wow.
Like, a guy tried to stab me.
Well, he pulled a knife on you?
He pulled a knife on me.
Jesus.
So, yeah.
Fuck.
So, I get myself into some stupid stuff, man. So, this is only my third day in Japan as well. This is before I flew to the Philippines. So, on my third day in Japan, I wanted to go out. I wanted to experience the nightlife. So I was in Tokyo, near Shinjuku, which at the time I didn't know was the most dangerous part of Japan. That's where all the Yakuzas are, right? And I'm covered in tattoos. My wife didn't come with me because she's got the kid, right? So I went out on my own, and I Googled this place where there's like a proper nightclub, not a city nightclub, right? And I went there, and I was an hour too early. There's nobody there. And the person was like, "Oh, I'll come back in about an hour. It'll be, cracking then." I left. And I crossed the road, and as soon as I crossed the road, this black gentleman comes up to me, and he goes, and he wasn't a black American, he was like a Sudanese or, he's like, "Hey bro, you wanna drink?" I was like, "Yeah, I want to drink. I'm supposed to go to this club, but there's nobody there. I know a bar." And I was like, "All right, cool." And then he goes, 5,000. I was like, "What?" And he goes, 5,000 yen, which is equivalent to $50.
Yeah, wow.
5,000 yen, all you can drink for an hour.
Oh.
So I was like, wow,
$50 for an hour?
For an hour.
Right. Yeah, well.
But I'm cheap, so I went 3,000 yen. 3,000
Did he
yen.
pull the knife right then? Is he like,
you bastard, yeah. You cheap bastard.
Yeah, was that what happened, bro?
Fuck you.
That's where I'd go.
Bloody hell, you. I go 3,000. And he goes, 1 second. And he calls, I guess, the manager of the bar. And he goes, "Okay, no problem." So I'm like, all right, cool. So he takes me to the bar, which was only like a few feet away from where he pulled me up. And then he takes me to this elevator. And it was like the tiniest elevator, right? And I'm like, oh, shit, it looks quite seedy. And then when you finally get up to the second floor where the bar was, and the bar is called Romance Bar. And I'm like, oh, no. It's it's probably a seedy bar. And it's probably about the size of your apartment. There's like...
So why did you jump to the conclusion that Romance Bar was a seedy bar?
Because it said Romance Bar.
So what, you're assuming like prostitutes?
Yeah.
Alright, so you're assuming like whorehouse.
Whorehouse, right?
Alright, word, fair call.
But then I walk in and it was a proper kind of like, there's a little dance floor, there's a couple of girls sitting in the little booth, and there's a proper bar. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's a proper bar. And I sit down at the bar, and then he's like, okay, what do you want to drink? I was like, oh, you can drink for an hour. And I'm like, oh, sweet. I give my 3,000 yen, which is $30. And I start drinking. About 20 minutes into drinking, these girls approach me and they go, "You want to buy us a drink?" And I'm like, I've already paid for my hour's drink. So I'm like, what do you want? So they go, "I want a tequila." I'm like, hey, get 2 tequilas. I give them the 2 tequilas, right? After they drink the tequila, the bartender goes, 3,000 yen. Like 15,000 yen each tequila. And I was like, wow. What? That's more than what you pay for here. Yeah. For a shot of tequila, right? And I'm like, what the? I was like, no, I've already paid for my hour's drink. Like, no, those don't count because they're for the girls
different
here.
People.
They work here.
But couldn't you go like, can I give them an hour's worth of drinks? Like that's where my head would go.
Yeah, well, basically they went no. They're called ladies' drinks apparently. So
where you pay full price,
price,
way too much,
exuberant prices for these girls' drinks.
Fucked up, bro.
So I'm like, so I realized, oh, this is a scam, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh no. And then one of the girls starts speaking Tagalog. So I thought they were Japanese. And then basically translated in my language, they're like, oh, this guy's not going to buy drinks. He's a cheapo. I am.
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm not going to pay $15 per shot.
You're married with a kid.
That too.
Yeah, it was like a nice thing that you were doing for
I've already got my own Japanese girls.
these whores.
We don't know if they were whores. They could have been just working girls.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Oh, nothing against whores, bro. Look, I don't want to get cancelled right
Yeah, yeah.
But if you fuck another dude for money, you're a whore, and I love you. Send some money, send some sex my way. I'll give you some cash. I don't care.
Some people need them.
Yeah,
some people need them, right?
Yeah, of course.
And so I realized, I got to get out of here. So I basically just ordering drinks. So in the space of 30 minutes, I get at least $60 worth of drinks in me. So I get my money's worth, right?
Yeah, of course.
And I leave, and I go down, take the elevator. I go down the elevator. I pretend I go bathroom, but I took the elevator down. And I leave, and then the black dude that basically hooked me up was waiting downstairs, sitting on a stool outside the elevator down on the ground level. And he goes, "Hey, bro, where you going?" And I was like, "Oh, man, you're a scammer, man. I knew what you're up to."
Wait, so you said you called him a scammer, bro?
I said it was you scammed me, man. You scammed me. And I was like, "Why?" I was like, "Bro, those girls were in it, man. You knew I was gonna have to buy them drinks, and then when I did, I was gonna get charged. I basically paid 6,000 yens altogether." So I left.
I love the balls that you have, bro. Like, if I was in a different country and, I got scammed and I was just getting out, and some dude's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm just going outside for a cigarette. Give me a second. You can smoke a second. Just give me a second." And I would get the fuck out of there. But you had to, bring it up. You had to be like...
Fair enough. I think by that time I'd already had about 7 pints. And I was I was in a space of about, like I said, 30, 40 minutes. And so I was annoyed. And so I start...
I see you get annoyed sometimes.
Yeah.
And then you get real
I just say it.
It's like you're in it. You're like, "You know what?" It's like,
yeah.
I'm seeing you do it. I'm seeing you do it.
It's the fighter in me. It's the fighter in me. Yeah.
It's like,
what are you going to do?
It's the golden gloves in your cut.
So I start walking away from this dude, and he follows me, and because it starts raining, and he gets out an umbrella. What a nice guy, right? And he's like, "Come on, man, what do you want? Do you want girls?" And I was like, "I don't want any girls." "Do you want young girls?" Like, "I don't want any young girls."
Ugh.
Yeah. So he's got this umbrella out like this, holding it out. And I start FaceTiming my wife, and I'm like, and then she wakes up. She's like, what are you up to? I'm like, "I just got scammed by this dude, And he's like, "I didn't scam him." And then
I wasn't scamming.
I was just trying to take his money. And I was like this, FaceTiming my wife. And then he then starts going, "Are you recording me? This is being recorded." I'm like, "No, I'm talking to my wife. Piss off." And then he goes, "You're recording me." And he shoves me from behind. And I was like, "Piss off," And then he signals to one of his mates, another black dude in front of me, about 5 meters away. And he starts talking in whatever language, right? And I'm like, and he goes, blah, 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 blah. And he goes, "You're recording my friend." And I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm FaceTiming my wife. Look." And then he goes, "You're recording me too." And I'm like, "No." And then my wife's like, "Just go home, Lorenzo."
Yeah.
Right? And so suddenly, and he's wearing one of those bum bags, across his chest.
Yeah.
Right? And he gets closer to me, and I'm like, "Get out of my way." He opens up a zip, and he gets out a knife, and I'm still FaceTiming my wife like this, right? And he goes, shoo. Luckily, I'm quick enough to grab his wrist, right? Honest to God, my wife's seeing all this, right? And I'm like, "Ah!" And I'm able to throw the knife to the ground in the middle of the street. It hits the street, right? And then these other Japanese people around us is like, "Oh, Stingray," And then cop car goes, whoop, whoop, sees this. So they were just about behind us.
Yeah.
Pulls up, sees the two black dudes, rolls his window down, and then he looks at them, and they disperse. I'm standing there still going, "Are you going to arrest him? Come on." And he goes, "Go home." And then my wife goes, "Listen to the copper."
Yeah, 100%.
"Congratulations, you just survived a Shinjuku murder." The name of the city.
Oh, wow.
And she goes, "Don't catch a cab because they'll follow you and kill you."
Yeah, it would.
So I was like, "Okay, what do I do? Go through the malls or the centers and then lose them and then get to the hotel. Make sure no one's following you." I get back to the hotel, made sure that I wasn't being followed, and I didn't sleep. I just sat in the edge of my bed with my wife sleeping. And I'm like, "Oh, don't worry, I'll stay awake." And she explains to me, basically they hire the Yakuzas, and I'll probably get in trouble saying this. I mean, who cares, right? The Yakuzas hire people from Nigeria and Kenya and stuff, or whatever those countries, and they use them as the muscle to run their business, so that the Yakuzas, the big bosses, don't have to get involved with the physical work.
Yeah, well,
because they run the whorehouse. So basically what I went to was a whorehouse.
Oh, shit, yeah.
And they were trying to basically get them to buy them drinks, and then after that, they'll entice me to, "Hey, so you want to have sex in the back room?"
Yeah.
By getting me intoxicated through such cheap drinks, because that's not where they make the money. They make the money from me getting me drunk in a space of an hour, because I can drink whatever I want.
Yeah, well.
And then I also buy them drinks, and then sexual things are offered, and then I have to pay up. And apparently what happens is, if you don't pay up, then they either beat you up or they extort you, take your passport or whatever.
Yeah.
So I escaped, but I almost got stabbed.
Jesus.
And my wife's like, "You're gonna go out again?" I'm like, "No." So that was insane. Like,
wow, man, that's next level.
yeah,
shit.
like I literally, it was so close. Oh, like I don't know how that cat reflex
I've been
was still
stabbed,
there.
bro. Getting stabbed sucks.
Yeah. Oh, and it was
Balls.
like I would die. It was right there. Like
Yeah,
it was so
He's
brazen.
going
of
for
him.
the heart.
Yeah. He didn't care. He was like, "Well, this guy's recording me. I'm gonna stab him."
Yeah, word. Yeah,
Like,
hectic, bro.
I didn't even call him anything racist as well. I was so close. Or so close. Right?
Jesus, wait.
But
You're
I
going to take
thought-
this to a racist place, bro?
But like-
You're like this close to
No,
being
no.
a racist person, bro?
No, like,
Jesus,
I was so
fuck.
close to saying something stupid. Like, but then I thought of Joe White. I thought of Ashley Fils-Aimé, and I'm like, they would hate, because I would have to tell them.
This is racist what you're talking about right now. This
We all have racist thoughts, and then it's all about knowing that it's racist, and you go, "Oh man, I shouldn't say that. That's racist." And I realized that, and even though he tried to stab me, I still didn't say anything racist. That could have been the catalyst for me to say and be like, "Hey, that's justifiable."
All right, so at
But I
this
went-
point, right, if you had to wipe out one race,
The blacks, no.
Jesus, fuck.
Hey, I'm part black. Filipinos.
Yeah, no,
were
well,
black.
like, you're allowed to say whatever you want.
Well, real Filipinos are actually black.
As a white guy, I have to say Melbourne Cup every time, but we all know what I'm thinking. But it isn't blacks.
It's the people that own.
Dude, I judge people and their actions as individuals
Exactly.
and not the way that they are.
And I knew that. I was like, it was just scary. And I think if I hadn't had anything to drink that night, I would have probably like been real. I probably would have like screamed.
Yeah.
But I had liquor courage.
Yeah,
You know, the fact that I was saying piss off.
I've seen you that drunk before, bro. I have. Yeah, you get like fucking. Get like motherfucker, yeah,
Fuck you
yeah,
up.
fuck
Yeah.
you up, bro. And you probably, dude.
You want to get knocked out?
I used to box. Yeah, it was your gym.
I used to box when I was younger for a few years, and one of the things that made me stop was I got my jaw broken in two places. So I broke my jaw here, and that's permanent damage, because to this day I still get lockjaw, and during winter it has a little bit of a tick where it just clicks, you know. And that was just amateur boxing, bro. You know, I don't want to go pro.
Yeah.
So, you know, you realize certain aspects of your body. I mean, I'm short. You know, I mean, there are weight classes, but there are levels, man. There are levels to everything. And I think I was at my peak when I was.
Yeah, of
when
course,
I was
yeah.
boxing, and there was no more. There was no other plateau I could reach up, you know, unless I took drugs or something. But like,
I used to love street fighting, man.
yeah,
It was my
it's
jam.
fun. And that's
Yeah.
why I did it, because I used to get into a lot of street fights, and I
Yeah.
would go home and yeah, it looks like shit.
Yeah, I'm just like at that age where it's like, oh, dude, I don't want to.
Yeah, it's different now. We're in our
Dude,
30s.
It was like I think there was this time. I was in Sydney. I was hanging at this chick's house, and my mate calls me, and he's like, "I'm down the road," and like I hadn't fought in like maybe about 2 years or something at the time.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey mate, I'm down the road. There's this guy picking fights with me." My mate wasn't much of a fighter at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, bro, I'll be there in a second. So I fucking put down the phone, tell the chick, oh, I'll be back in a sec. Start jogging down the street.
Yeah.
See him and three of his friends standing around one guy. And like, he was a biggish dude. And he was like, the biggish dude was mouthing off to my friends. My friends didn't want to fight. This guy kind of looked like he did. So I ran straight through the middle of him with the same speed that I was going with the jog.
Yeah.
And just fucking put my fist into the dude's head. Like
Jesus.
front on, bang. I was like, yeah. But as soon as as soon as I hit the dude, like he seen stars, like I
Yeah.
could tell he was like this. But during that period of time, I'm like, I fucked my hand.
Yeah.
Like, my hand is fucked. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, it clicks. Like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's probably
so
arthritis.
Years of fucking doing dumb shit. And,
Or wanking.
but I'm like, all right, be a man about this. It's okay. You've got your other hand.
Yeah.
So like I start like bouncing around. My mate runs around the back, and then hits this dude when he's seeing stars.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
don't start swinging now, brother.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, so in the middle of discussing like, don't attack this guy when he's fucking seeing stars, kind of shit.
It's a cowardly move.
I look back, the dude's fucking well awake and just comes bolting at me. And he's clearly done some MMA shit.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
he's doing this.
Yeah, like at the time, like I could hold him back with me, like one of my fists and maybe my leg or something. But he comes charging at me. I'm like, oh, he's charging. So I plant my feet. But I assume he can't get me down because like I'm a big guy.
Yeah.
He goes for the tackle. But instead of just tackling me, he lifts me.
Oh, he was to dump you in the head.
Spins me onto the ground. And I've hit the ground on my back, and my wrist is so fucked that I can't use myself to get up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and this dude's on the back of me, punching me in the back of the head.
Oh, shit.
Just like grounded, pounded me, and I'm like, So I just start spazzing.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant you started to pretend you were retarded.
No, just like trying to like swing my elbows.
Nice.
Like flipping. I get him off me, get on top of him, stamp on his chest. Are we good? And he's like, I don't know. And I took my foot off to like make it. Like, are we good? We good, bro? And he's like, yeah, we're good. I'm like, so you go that way, and we're gonna go this way. He's like, yeah. And we just like walked away. But what he didn't realize is that my fist was fucked. Like I was bluffing.
Dude,
like
that's the best.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you just have to use it's got to use your words. Nowadays, that's my weapon.
Yeah, well, like
You got to at this age. Like maybe it won't work in the Philippines because they'll just stab you anyways, or but here in Melbourne, I've gotten myself into a few situations where I talked my way out of it. Where I'm like, this guy's so much bigger than me, and it doesn't matter how good I am at fighting. If he grabs me, I'm fucked, Yeah. And so I've gone up and I said, you really want to fight me? Well, I'm Golden Gloves. I'll fuck you up. I'm champion, man.
I'll fight it out.
I'm like, dude, Google me. I'll fuck you up. And then my mates would be like, yeah, you used to be a boxer. Yeah, mate. Like, watch this. And I'd do like a little move, like, you want to go? I'm ready. I'm right here. And they're like, oh, no, it's all good. And I'm like, fuck yes. I got out of this fight. And I'm like, this guy's huge.
Yeah.
He's got cauliflower ears. This guy's nose is broken. This guy's got nothing to lose. He's ugly. I got a wife and kid. This guy's fucked. He's a loser, And he's got nothing to lose. And I'm like, I got so much more to lose. And I would use stuff that I've done in the past to scare people to thinking that I'm much more superior, better fighter. Even though I know I'll probably get fucked up, and I just use the words, and I'm really good at like going, yeah, let's go, I'll fuck you up, man. Yeah. And then they go, oh, this guy's this big,
something wrong,
but the way he talks is he's so confident. So
I've had times like, because I used to like when I was younger, like if there was too many and shit, try to talk my way out of it, like. Because I was like, oh, dude, I don't feel like I don't want to have to fight right now.
Yeah.
And shit, like, even though I know I could probably, like, beat one or two of them, it's like, oh, yeah. So, like, I used to try to talk my way out of shit.
Yeah.
But if you're in, like, a really poor area, bro.
Yeah. It doesn't work. I don't give a fuck.
Dude, like,
you did what?
It actually turned me vicious for, like, a period of my, like, 20s.
Yeah.
It turned me vicious. It was like, and in Sydney, so Melbourne and Sydney are different. So like I don't know what Sydney's like now, to be honest. Yeah. But like when I was living in Sydney, like you'd be walking home from a bar blind drunk and some other blind drunk dude would pick you.
Yeah.
And like you could probably walk away.
Okay.
But this thing happened in like a poor area where when I was a bit younger, where I was trying to talk my way out and they just jumped me. Wow. And bashed like a chick that I was with.
The chick that you
So
were
me
with?
and the chick.
Why the chick?
I don't know, yeah. Like, they just bashed us. And I was trying to talk my way out of it because I was with a chick. And I was like, dude, we all good. Was like, all right, like, fucking, blah, I'm a pussy, blah, like, just like, dude, we're just trying to, like, walk our way through things. And yeah, fucking, they just jumped us. They just jumped and bashed us. So then after that, I was like, that's not happening again. So there was, like, a good period in my 20s where, like, if some dude like, a drunk dude picked a fight with me on the way home, I'd just be like,
yeah, you gotta
fuck
hit.
it.
Sometimes you just have to hit first, and it's.
I'd just be like, you want you go? Fuck it, let's do it. And I'd just jump straight into it violently and win. Like, there's usually a blind drunk guy that you could probably, like, go fuck off, bro. I was just walking home and shit. But, like, I'd go swinging. Yeah. Like, 90% of the time. Another time, in Sydney happened, like, probably a little bit before that almost tweaked me over. Like, I was walking with me and a couple of mates that were rappers and the chicks. And there were a bunch of lads running through the streets just punching people in the back of the head.
What, king hitting people?
Yeah, just king hitting cunts. Yeah, just a bunch of lads. And, like, one of them came up to us and talked to us first to see what was going on. Yeah. And they were like, yeah, blah, blah. And we were like, no. I'm like, no, we're all good and shit. And he ran back to his friends and we're all walking along. And all of a sudden, I just feel this dunk on the back of my head, and I just see stars.
Yeah. That's your weak point, man.
But I don't fall over. You know, like, I just put my hand on the glass, and it was just like bang, bang, bang.
You're like Homer from Simpsons.
Yeah, just
getting punched.
But one of my mates fucking just started hitting back. Like, but I was the first one to get hit.
Jeez.
So I was like, so in Sydney, it was like a real kind of thing in my head, like, if someone's gonna go, you just fight, just fucking go nuts. Don't make that mistake, because the chicks got hit in that fight as well. It's like, don't even fucking step down for a second. Like, you've been fighting your whole life, just fucking don't try to walk your way out of it. But because I'm a cripple in my old age, like, I'll still fight. I just know I've got like 2 weeks of recovery. Yeah, which is the fucking so like in Melbourne, rarely happens. Rarely get attacked in Melbourne. Look at me, I'm a big dude. Yeah. So I was walking home from the city. I was walking through the what is it? The market area. Yeah. All closed down.
Okay. This is Sydney. Yeah.
Vic Markets. Vic Markets is closed down.
In Sydney or Victoria?
Victoria, yeah. So this is the last time I had to fight. Okay. I'm walking home, going to North Melbourne from the city, walking through Vic Markets, and 2 dudes come running at me. And I'm like, are they running at me? What the fuck? And it was clear that they were coming right at me. Like, 2 dudes were planning on robbing me. Yeah. And I'm not going to mention their race.
Blacks. No.
Let's not mention the race.
Dark-skinned people.
I was like, fuck.
We could mention the colours. You could mention their races. That's fine.
Not only that, my hand had been fractured like at work probably about a couple of months before. So, like, this hand wasn't useful, but it was like just useful enough. I had my skateboard on me. Yeah. And they were just running. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And it was like such an open area, like the markets. Yeah. And I was just like, I waited till they got pretty close. And then I just put my skateboard into one of their faces.
Right at the face. Them in the face.
That dude just went down. Fuck. Like quick. But like it was just 2 moves. Just foot, kick in the balls, stamp on an arm. I was like, I picked up my skateboard and just fucking kept going.
You're basically the Chuck Norris of Melbourne, man.
No, it's just a fucking dude. I was terrified. I was terrified. My hand was like properly fractured at the time.
Won.
Yeah, just what I was
still won.
Do you know what it would have been?
What?
It would have been if I missed that skateboard throw. Like if I waited, like if I threw it too far away. Like I waited till they were getting in. And I was like, they're coming at me. Just keep walking. It's all right. Oh shit! No, this is gonna happen. If I'd thrown it a little bit later or a little bit before, I would have been fucked. I just had this lucky shot of a skateboard to one of their faces, sidearm.
It's a scary thought, hey. It's a scary thought when you're being attacked by multiple people.
Yeah, it was just, and then kicked to the balls, and then I just stamped on his arm.
Fuck.
Like just like in a joint. It's something. Yeah. Is it you do it like when
And now I know who this person is. Tony Magnuson now. No, I'm kidding.
But yeah, fucking. It was. But that's the last time. It's never come up again. Like, I think it's because Melbourne's full of woke hipsters, bro.
No, it's changed so much, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just a woke hipster place where it doesn't come up much, but
violence don't happen. You can't even call people names no more.
Yeah,
yeah,
oh, dude, I do. I'll do whatever.
Like, I want. It's changed so much, and I've got this rule now that if somebody aggressive tries to approach me, I'll do this, and I'm like, bro, don't get any closer. I'll put up my hand. And if they get within 2 inches of my fingertips, I'm just gonna hit them because I'll tell them twice. I'm like, bro, don't get any closer.
Yeah.
And I'll say it again, bro. No, bro. That's it, man. Don't get any closer, man. And they're like, no, fuck you. You get any closer, bro? Don't do it. And then if they get this much closer from my fingertips, I have to hit them. I'm small. Yeah. Like that's the thing.
Yeah, you don't want someone to be able to grab you.
And
from your arm,
just because I know self defense and how to fight, it doesn't mean that like I'm immune to getting hurt. Like if you punched me, you could knock me out.
Yeah, shit hurts, bro.
You're much bigger than I am.
Yeah.
Right? If I just stood there and I let you punch me, you could knock me out easy. So I'm not gonna let you do that to me. You know. So I'll be like, yo, man, don't do it, man, don't do it. You know.
Yeah.
And if worst case scenario it doesn't knock you down, I'll grab you by the balls, man.
Yeah, balls.
I've grabbed the dude by the balls.
All the time. I've done it before. Yeah.
I have grabbed someone's nuts
and
I'm
whooped,
like,
bro.
I'm never letting go. And he's just like, and I'm just like, nah, you know.
Keep hitting me, cunt.
Yeah, I've grabbed someone's. It was weird because I felt the shaft too, which wasn't very familiarized because I don't have a shaft. It's just the head and the
head and
I'm
balls.
like a mushroom. My penis is like a mushroom.
Yeah, would. Yeah,
it's just like
a button mushroom. Yeah,
you can't knock it out. It's just like it's just strong, you know.
Yeah, it's a strong little penis.
It's just
it's covered in balls,
covered in hair. I don't shave.
Yeah.
Do you shave?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
100%. I don't shave, man. It's like my only bit of hair in my body. I'm hairless. Like, check out my legs.
Dude, do you shave your legs?
I don't shave my legs.
So your legs just don't grow hair?
They don't grow hairs anymore. When I was 16, a girl shaved my legs for me. She's like, I want to shave your legs. And they just never grew back. They never grew back.
Holy shit.
Moana, if you're ever listening.
If you're paying attention tonight,
she's not. She's actually doing really well in New Zealand. She's like an actress over there now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, well, but she shaved my legs once when I was 16. Never grew back.
No, I would.
Yeah, like she should have shaved. I mean, luckily she didn't shave my balls because I look like a little kid.
Yeah, don't shave those balls now if your hair doesn't.
I'm too afraid to shave my mustache. You know, but never grow back.
Dude, I'm covered in fur.
Yeah,
I'm surrounded in hair.
Yeah, do you like it?
Nah, dude. It's fucking,
girls like it though, eh?
It's itchy. I don't know, man.
Girls like it.
I swear it's like 50-50. Like some chicks like the bolder dudes, some chicks like the fucking hairier dudes.
My wife likes my hairless skin. I dated a girl once. We after like a week of like having sex, she broke up with me because and I didn't know why. And then she told one of my mates who was a mutual friend. She said. The reason was because she said it felt like having sex with a 12-year-old.
Yeah, word.
How many 12-year-olds does she have sex with?
Plenty, apparently.
I was 21 at the time.
Yeah, she's had sex with a 12-year-old. She has, bro.
Probably.
That's not your fault, bro.
That is not my fault.
You don't just pull that shit out. Like, that chick was fucking 12-year-old boys. Yeah. And she was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to have sex with Lorenzo. And
it still felt like a 12-year-old boy.
It still felt like a 12-year-old boy.
He still had the foreskin at the time.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Dude, I don't know what I like. I feel more sorry for the fact that you have a 12-year-old boy's body. Or the fact that you had a foreskin once. The removing. Dude, like, I'm good. Like, I know you regret it, but, like, dude, congratulations, bro. Yeah. Welcome to the club.
It looks like a Star Trooper now. It's way better looking.
It's a better penis.
Yeah. It is a way better looking penis. When I had the skin, it looked kind of funny. It looked like, well, it didn't look funny. It looked like a slug.
Yeah.
You know?
It's got that weird end to it.
Yeah. I didn't know what to do with it, too.
Yeah.
You know? Now I don't have to pull back and clean. It's just stand in the shower, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, just scrub your balls with some shit.
Yeah. It's much better.
Moisturize afterwards. You could
save money on soap and everything.
Excellent. Yeah, I've heard horror stories about like shit gunk building up in the foreskin. It's like, dude, just chop it off. Do a Lorenzo.
Do a Lorenzo when you're 20. No, don't do it.
Do it.
It's the worst.
Do it. No woman wants that.
I've had women.
Dude, you have a more attractive penis because of it. And you should be proud that you fucking went through that pain and struggle to have a better looking cock.
I lost about, I would say...
You got married afterwards, yeah?
No. I went through about another... so I was about 20. I went through another, like, maybe 4 girlfriends.
Who were much happier that you had your foreskin cut off.
Well, they wouldn't know because they never got to experience me with the skin.
I bet they were psyched. You probably would have had 2 girlfriends instead of 4. I'm proud of you.
Maybe.
All I'm saying is that if you have a foreskin,
you're a loser.
Get it cut off. Get it cut off. Do Lorenzo, this dude is killing it now.
I've got
He's married with a kid.
250,000 followers on Facebook.
And all it took was a chop of the foreskin. That's all it was.
I mean, I don't know how useful it is for girls to be listening to this bit, but...
I don't think women watch my podcast. If you watch my podcast, women, at this point, comment, because I need to know. I need to just put a little comment.
Well, maybe we could put out a question. Like which
would you prefer?
Yeah. Put it on the comment section. Dudes with foreskin or no foreskin? You know, circumcised or uncircumcised?
Which would you prefer?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to see as many comments as we can on this. At this point of the thing,
it would be nice to know, because then I might want to get my skin
reattached. Yeah. And if it's more, I'll still rather have mine chopped off, because it's like, dude, my dick would be so ugly with it. Dude, you're a part of the club now, bro. You're foreskin.
Well, I've been part of the club since fucking
2000. You were a weird kid.
2010.
You're a weird child with your foreskin penis. Yuck.
It was.
But now.
Which is probably what most open micers have. They couldn't afford to get it cut.
Yeah, they couldn't afford it, bro.
It cost me $1,000.
$1,000?
It cost me $1,000. I saved that. I saved
money.
I think about 5 months to get it done. Because I was a uni student. I got it done during uni. I'm
so proud of you, bro.
I'd turn up to uni classes and I was waddling. I'm like, oh, what's wrong with you? And I'd lie because I didn't want to say I got my foreskin removed. So I'd be like, I pulled my hammy. And they're like, oh, that's rough. Like, yeah, you know.
You should have just been like, I didn't want to look like you freaks. With the foreskin.
Dude, I'm
going to lose all my foreskin subscribers right now. Jesus.
Which is 90% of it.
It looks okay.
That's all right, man. But like the worst was, so like a month or like maybe 3 weeks after getting it done. So I had. So what happens is when you get it done, I don't know. We're back into foreskin, which is, why not? You have to basically change the gauze daily, you know, because you have to keep it clean. So
it sounds horrific, yeah.
It's horrific, man. So you have to go into a warm bath because they wrap it like a sushi bar. So it looks like a sushi. So it's wrapped in gauze. And then to get the gauze off, because the blood dries, right, and it sticks to your skin. So to get the gauze off, you have to have a warm bath. And then you have to just slowly like let it dissolve and then slowly pull it off, right? And then you have to dry it up, put another gauze daily, bro. This is a daily I did this for like 2 months, right? At least.
Yeah.
And I remember 3 weeks into recovery, I went to a house party, and it was like towards the end of the year uni party, right? And a girl, I was hooking up with a girl, and this girl wanted to give me head, and I had to refuse it.
Oh, that's the worst.
It was the worst. I was like, because I wasn't ready. If she had seen what was underneath, she would have been like, you know, you got your dick chopped off or something.
Yeah, it's a rare occasion where you'll turn down a head job off a chick.
That was the only one time.
Rare time. Dude, she has to be like rancid.
Well, she said to me,
she has to be more rancid than your foreskin to turn down.
She was hot.
Yeah, hot. Yeah, and you turned it down to that would kill. I'd think about that to this day.
Yeah.
Every day of my life, I'd think.
She was she looked like Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, but fatter, which is all right.
which is your jam. Yeah,
that's my jam.
I like my chicks skinny.
I like them thick.
I like them skinny.
I like them thick because it's like, to me, it's more woman to love.
Yeah. In my head, I'm like, I just need to get a boner.
Yeah. What do you mean?
I don't know.
We can't get a boner over.
I have. Yeah. It's just
I like them thick.
I had some bad experience with fat chicks, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
What happened?
People just I got raped by a fat chick when
No
I was
way.
passed out. 100%, man. 100%.
Oh, this is too deep.
No, it's fine. Because I'm a guy. Getting
yeah.
raped as a guy isn't a big fucking issue.
What happened?
It was just a
What did you do? What were you wearing?
Yeah. Dude, you should have seen what I was wearing.
What were you wearing?
Dude, little shorts. Dude, fucking
What'd you do?
baggy shirt, but like, still
What
hot.
time of the night were you on? What happened?
It was like these two chicks. I was under the.
You would have had to been hard.
Yeah, but I was passed out, so like I'm generally hard.
Oh, okay. So you were passed out. Okay.
Yeah, and I woke up to like one of them fucking me, and I was like,
how do you know you weren't keen at the start? Well, I guess it would have been
because I was definitely not. I thought they were lesbians.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we were hanging out, and it was going to be like this.
That was just a bad date, wasn't it, Matt?
No, well, like I just
Stingray.
No, I thought they were lesbians. I thought we were like because I hang out with a lot of gay chicks because they don't want to fuck me.
Okay.
And I'm like, this is great. And I was like really hot back in the day, so like I've gained a lot of weight now after the rape. but generally, like
that's scary.
And then I passed out. I was really drunk, and one of them was like, "You can go crash on my bed."
Yeah.
So good. We'll pass out later.
That.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, sweet. And I went and like passed out.
Yeah.
And I woke up in pitch black. One of them was fucking me.
Oh man.
And then the lights came on and the other one came in and she was like, I was gonna fuck him. And then they started fighting.
Over you?
No,
over who gets to.
No, she was angry that the other one was fucking me.
Yeah.
They started fighting.
No.
And I was like, ugh. I was like, what's going on? I was so confused.
That's weird.
And I just kind of like hobbled out of the room and went and slept on the couch. And then the one that won came in and she's like, come into my room. Let's go. And I was like, fuck off. And I was like, fuck it, I'm leaving.
Did you press charges?
Nah, of course not. No.
That's scary, man.
No, it's
I've never been in that situation where I've been in drunk situations where I've woken up and I'm like, oh man, who's this person next to me? And it's clearly not my place. And then she's like, oh, you're at my place. And I don't remember anything. You know what I mean?
I've had it a few times. Like, it's not like the first time it happened. Like, it's happened
scary.
a few, but you just kind of like I'm a dude. At any point, I could have been like, fuck off. Yeah. It was just like they snuck it in.
Yeah.
Like they snuck in the rape. And I was like,
yeah.
And as a guy, like when I was really young, I got raped by a chick, and like I spewed. I was puking, like just like KO'd, vomit all over me. And I remember like I got up and I walked outside, like in the morning, and I was like gathered my friends and we're like, let's go. And they were like, what happened? And I'm like, I think I got raped by this chick, bro. And they were like, you got laid? And I was like, yeah. I was like, she did have sex with me. But I was saying no the whole time.
Well, I think as dudes, it's almost kind of like hard to fathom. Like if you were to tell your mate, like even you telling me now, I'm like, well, you didn't get raped, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, like we just kind of go, that you just had a bad experience. It's hard to almost fathom, but I mean, it does happen, right? It does happen, and it's a real, very real thing.
Do you know what's dank? It's turned me into a better person.
That you got raped?
Yeah, 100%. Well, it's like, I know it sounds fucking horrific, but like I'm a guy. All my friends like prop me up about it, but I was like, I never want to do that to someone.
Okay, that's like, your takeaway from it.
I never want that fucking, and then I've always been like concerned and trying to be like.
But that's a takeaway from it. That's good. So for the people in the audience watching this, Matt's takeaway is:
if you're a woman, rape young dudes.
Well, no, don't do that.
It'll change them for the rest of their life.
But
I love where this has gone. You would make this.
Made you a better person, which is good.
Yeah.
But it's horrible for it to have happened to you.
Yeah,
Because I mean,
I'm not a chick, man. Not only that, I'm like, I lived on the streets growing up, bro.
well, it doesn't matter, because I would say that anyone having to experience that, most people would have some kind of trauma. But
But it wasn't like I'd been through worse as shit.
maybe
by
because
that.
you weren't punched or like beaten up during the session or whatever session.
That's an
Sorry, the rape.
assumption.
Sorry, yeah, that is assumption.
I think my thing was, it was like worse as shit had happened to me. Like, I was an orphan. I lived on the streets for a while. I fought for my butt cherry. Like, there's different things. But
I would say
being
rape would be the highest out of the highest in regards to the worst thing that could happen to a person.
probably not. Yeah,
No,
not on my
to you.
side. Maybe for a woman, yeah.
Yeah,
For a woman, it's a horrible fucking
it's
ordeal.
terrible. It's horrible.
But like for me, it was like, dude, fucking fighting for my butt cherry was rough.
Butt cherry.
Yeah, like
that?
when like a guy tries to take your butt cherry, like your asshole virginity.
You got done up the bum?
No, like someone tried to when I was young, and it was like,
Oh man.
yeah. And this
See,
is
now we're getting more about more.
I like where this is going.
Stingray.
No,
You
we're,
know?
we're getting
I mean,
darker.
he's been stung a few times.
I am the stingray.
Yeah, that's why he's got Stingray Thunder.
I keep telling people, man, this the whole trick is to not feel anything.
Is that why you drink?
Yeah, I don't know.
Numb
Let's close this up.
to numb the pain.
Dude, I know this is getting too real for you, fucking.
No, it's crazy. I had an auntie who was raped, which was sad.
Oh, dude, I don't want to hear
yeah,
about this fucking.
yeah. That okay. We'll go. But that's scary to me because I don't. I mean, what you say to me, he's talking about it so casually too, which is
Yeah, because it wasn't that bad. Like,
No,
I went
it's
through worse
horrible.
things. Like, there's worse things in the world. It's like
that's-
one day, or there's something bad happen.
Yeah.
Or like your
bombing
whole,
on stage is worse.
your whole childhood. Yeah, bombing on
On
stage
stage
is
is
pretty.
worse.
Nah. Like when something bad happens to you sexually, you like walk around angry for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Just furious. Whereas like bombing on stage, it's like a couple of days.
It's more or less just a little bit embarrassed for yourself.
It's 2 more days less. So it's
2
like,
more days
well,
less.
Like when I first bombed on stage for the first time, it was like 3 days I was upset.
Yeah.
Whereas
I'm
like,
about the same.
Where if something like bad happens to you sexually, as a guy, me personally, it was like 2 weeks of furious. Like,
Yeah.
and you can't knock the furious off. You got to keep living your life.
Yeah, you're a man. Yeah, that's the one. There's this expectation from us. Like you know how you would tell mates that like, oh man, I'm still hung up about that chick. They'll tell you to man up. Girls are so supportive, man. They're like, oh, that's what I have. I have more chick mates than I do guy mates.
Same, yeah.
Yeah, I have way more
100%.
chick because they listen to my shit. They listen to my shit and
It's like women, man. They're fun
Way
to hang
more
out with.
understanding,
They're good humans. Sometimes you meet like the cunty women. Like not all women are lovely. But
not all,
sometimes you
but
meet
just
like
not all women like cunty too. But like
no, but sometimes you meet like you'll hang out with a cunty woman for too long, and you're like, oh, you're a cunt.
yeah,
But then there's like most women are just lovely.
yeah.
They've
yeah.
all been-
My wife was a friend first. Like we were friends for maybe about a month, and I remember when we actually started dating properly, and then we ran into one of her friends in a tram, and then the dude was like, "Oh, hey, Hanako," and then she goes to introduce me. Oh, this is my friend Lorenzo. But we'd already been dating.
Oh, wow.
So I was just like, but it's also true because we
well.
also are friends.
Yeah,
you know?
nice.
So and I think it's always good to start off as friends. Not always, but I think for me it was kind of good because we kind of had that relationship build up where I was able to tell her things outside of like just sexual stuff because when it starts sexual straight away it's kind of like
Yeah, it's too fucking.
full on sometimes.
Yeah,
And
you
then
gotta hold the
what's
sex
outside
back for a
of the
bit,
sexual stuff, what's
You don't want to find out that you don't get along with someone
Yeah.
after you've already had sex with them,
That's
and
the
then
worst.
then you're in the situation.
you're like, oh, fuck,
You're in
it's
it.
boring,
Yeah, boring. I don't enjoy this
We
time.
don't. There's nothing we have in common,
Yeah.
And I've fallen into those traps where, but then the chick really likes you, so then you can't really break up with them because you feel guilty. I was in a 5-year relationship like that.
Yeah, word.
Yeah, and then I was like, man, this girl sucks. Like that's also my fault because the sex was so good, But then like 6 months, 8 months into the relationship, I started to realize we have nothing in common. She's vegetarian. I love my meat. Yeah. She
sorry to hear that.
she she's like hardcore Christian. I'm not,
Yeah.
But like,
so you don't respect her already because she's a Christian.
Well, it was more like we had nothing in common. Like she was so uncoordinated with things. She would trip up, for
There's
no
nothing
reason.
worse than a chick that can't balance.
She can't catch a ball, and I love my sports.
If she can't balance, bro, what's the point of even hanging out with the chick?
She's messy as fuck.
All right.
So
I need to piss again. We've probably got one more half an hour after this.
Yeah.
Love you, son. All right,
Boom.
We'll see you back after the break, legends.
A lot of people keep trying to stop trans people from playing professional sports of their choosing but true gender. And I think it's just wrong. Like, can we just let this happen? And I know what you're thinking.
Yeah, but if I let the trans in the sports, someone's gonna get hurt.
Yeah, exactly. People are gonna get hurt. It's gonna be hilarious. Like, can we just let woke culture do its thing so we can laugh at the funny results? Women's sports will just end up being trans sports. And will prove the age-old question. Being born with balls makes you better at sports. Think of all the arguments you'd win. And just say one of the trans dudes survives and becomes a champion. Straight up respect, like good on him. I'm just saying sports needs this. And it's gonna be on the net forever. Filmed in 4K, action replay, you can play another one bites the dust as one of them gets dragged off the field with a broken spine. Roll the dice. Look, I think what I'm trying to say here is pretty simple. You can't make a funny sports omelet without cracking a few eggs. Bam.
Yo, and we're back to the Stingray Thundercast with Lorenzo Larano.
Larano. It's all good, bro. No, you done well.
Larano.
You know that's not actually my real last name. That's my stage
fucking
name.
with me? You picked Larano?
That's my mom's maiden name. That's my mom's last name.
What's your real last name?
Malabonga. So imagine saying that. Come on.
Malabonga is easy, bro.
Malabonga.
Malabonga.
Yeah.
That's so much easier
Lorenzo Malabonga.
than having to roll my tongue.
That's my dad's.
Like Larano.
Because my brother, I have a brother. I have three brothers, but that name's already synonymously famous for my brother Jericho because he won Australian Survivor.
No shit.
Yeah, he won $500,000 2018, baby.
One of your brothers won Survivor,
Australian
bro?
Survivor.
That is fucking wild, bro.
So he's the first famous Filipino here in Australia because in 2018 he's the GOAT of Filipinos. Or back in 2018.
Damn, son.
He won $500,000. He was on a bunch of TV ads, and he was in Channel 10, I think, whatever it was, and that's how I actually met my wife through my brother because we were out celebrating.
Yeah.
He won. We just come out of the Channel 10 studio. We go to a bar, and we're playing pool at this shit house bar. It was like a backpackers bar, and because I was like, this is my jam. I like danger. Right?
Yeah,
I like where you go almost get stabbed.
Tell you like danger, motherfucker.
and then in come in these basically international students, and my wife. At the time, it wasn't my wife at the time, but she
Your
comes
wife
in.
right now.
My wife right now. She comes in with a bunch of these Brazilians and other Asians, and I end up just speaking to her, and the rest is history. 3 months later, I got her pregnant.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
3 months into the relationship, I got her pregnant.
You planned? So
not planned.
You got her pregnant before you married her.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the funny thing about that is like. Well, I guess it's kind of funny because, like...
This is already funny.
Yeah.
Sounds like my nightmare, but apparently this is your fucking favorite thing, motherfucker.
Getting girls pregnant. No. We were, like, 3 months into the relationship, and she told me her plans was basically... She was studying English. Her English was already pretty good, but she wanted to get better because she wanted to take her job as... She's a physiotherapist, right? She wanted to take her job... from Japan as a physio into either Australia or the UK, learn English, improve her English here for the next year and a half or maybe 2 years, and either stay here or go to the UK. And I derailed that.
Yeah, well,
I derailed that. She went to Sydney. 3 months into our, when we were just kind of going out, she went to move to Sydney to study the rest of her course there.
Yeah.
And then I think 3 weeks while she was in there, she goes, "Hey, I haven't had my period."
Oh shit!
And I'm just like, oh okay.
See, this sounds like a nightmare, to me, bro. This sounds like my worst nightmare.
And then she comes back to Melbourne and she tells me, "Yeah, I'm pregnant." And I'm like, "Oh, what do you want to do?"
Oh wow!
Because that's all you can say, really. You can't go get rid of it, or even if you were thinking that.
I'd be like, abortion. If you could,
it's like part of your set.
if you could abort that baby, that'd be great. But 3 months in, how old's is it past the point where you can have an abortion?
No. I got her pregnant 3 months into the relationship, so we've been dating for like 3 months.
So she could so you could both decide.
Yeah, well,
but you loved her so much that you decided to stay with her
just been
forever.
Boyfriend girlfriend at the time for 3 months, and then I think I got her pregnant in February, and then she found out like around about March
when she was off doing the.
She went to Sydney. Yeah, she went to go to Sydney to finish the rest of her course, and I was like, oh, okay. And we at the time we were still boyfriend girlfriend. We were like still keeping touch and contact and everything, and she's like, "I'll come visit you every like 3 months."
Wow, that's lovely, yeah.
Yeah, but then that didn't even happen because she found out she was pregnant, and she's like, she come back to Melbourne and told me, "Oh yeah, I'm 5 weeks pregnant now, or 4 weeks pregnant now."
Damn.
And I was like, that's why she missed her period and all that stuff.
Oh wow.
And so I was a good guy, man. I was like, "What do you want to do?" And she's like, "I want to keep the baby." And I'm like, damn, nah. I was like,
my shit would be like, "You're gonna need to get rid of that baby."
No, but I've got a beautiful boy now. He's almost 4.
Dude, your kid's awesome, and you seem really happy in your relationship. Dude, you always talk highly of your wife.
Yep.
Dude, this came from like 3 months, bro.
3 months, yeah.
3 months, and you were like the happiest you've ever been. That is ridiculous, bro. You never cheat or anything, bro.
No,
like
never.
It's ridiculous.
I keep it. I keep it on the deload.
Yeah, dude, you were fucking. Dude, the luck in that role. Like in my head, I'm like, you're rolling the dice in that situation. Like, are we going to be together forever or not? Let's see how I'm going to feel about her in like a week or two. Who knows? You roll the dice, but you rolled a fucking perfect number.
12 years instead of like a snake eyes.
Yeah, and rolled the woman that you want to be with for the rest of your life.
The Wagyu of all Asians.
It is, to be honest, man. Yeah, Japanese. It's one of the better Asians.
Yeah. I'm a Filipino. We're like in the bottom.
Dude, you're the lowest.
Hey, what about the Cambos? What about the Viets?
I'm playing, bro.
I'm playing.
Filipinos are fucking amazing. I like the Spanish influence. Yeah. You guys are a great. You guys are a great breed.
We are a great breed. We're like the pugs.
Yeah.
we got the lowest.
Dude, don't put the whole fucking country on that shit, bro. Like there are like. Jesus, man. Just the roll of that dice, like, I guess we're going to... How would you like to have this? No, I guess we're going to have it. All right, sweet. Let's see if we're going to be together forever. And you actually rolled the right dice and fucking met the woman of your dreams.
Let's hope it keeps staying that way. Yeah.
Oh, dude, of course it is, bro. Fuck, you'd be out otherwise. Like, you've done well. You've done... And your kid's a lovely little fucker. Like, he's a good little kid.
He's...
Sorry about using the F word around... Like, to describe your child.
Yeah.
He seems like a lovely little kid, dude.
He's fucking awesome,
He's pulling gang signs and shit.
I taught him how to do gang signs.
Like, what are the odds you'd pull out, like, a fucking legend? Like, that's
it's just like me.
I feel like my kid would pop out and he'd be like, fuck y'all. Yeah. Like, he'd just be so against my shit. But you did a good role, bro.
Yeah, man.
Maybe not the way that I'd ever want to follow my life. And I'm guessing you were kind of in that joint, but you came out on top, bro.
Thank you.
And your wife is lovely. She is. She's an amazing. She's had your back this whole time from the moment you got famous. The whole thing, bro. Yeah, you've done amazing, bro. Yeah.
She does say she thinks I was funnier before I started doing stand up.
Of course, yeah.
She thought I was funnier because now I put effort into it.
Yeah,
and it's like, you're not as funny.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
that's an actual thing you learn as a stand up comedian.
Go on.
Oh yeah, it's like so when you first start doing stand up, you start like trying to like perform bits and get your shit together and stuff. And the time where you become better is the more yourself you are.
Yeah.
Like, so if you're on stage and you're a likable guy,
Yeah.
like you need to be that likable on stage.
Yeah.
You know, like you start off in comedy being more funny because you're trying harder.
Yeah.
Like you start off not being as funny as you could be.
Yeah.
But the better person you are in real life will come out on stage eventually.
True. Yeah.
And you can just like control the whole stage and all the people in the audience.
Well, I think that's how I won her, because she thought I was really funny, and then now I started. Well, you know, her opinion, anyways. You know, not everyone's opinion, but her opinion.
So you're smashing it. So she's wrong, but kind of. Let's be real here, man. Like the moment you're yourself on stage is the best. I've only just started like tasting myself on stage.
Yeah. And how's that
like
going?
7 years.
How's that going? Like I've seen you. You've been smashing it. I've heard people even talk about you, especially when you've done that comedy stuff over at the Rubber Chicken. Shout out to the Rubber Chicken.
Rubber Chicken, best great venue.
There you go. And I've heard. I mean, you know,
you've heard people talk about my fucking greatness.
Yeah, Gavin Semple. Shout out to Gavin Semple. He doesn't talk.
Shout out Gavin.
He doesn't talk highly about anyone really. And he
I love Sample, man.
He randomly just spoke about you.
I know it sounds crazy. Like back before Sample was like real smashing. He opened for me on my
before AGT.
Him and Billy Stiles, which is crazy. Billy Stiles was my first opener. Gavin was my second, because I was like, these guys are fucking hilarious.
Damn,
and deserve to fucking
no talent.
Hey, dude, I pointed you out straight off the bat.
Thank you.
I remember when I first met you, and I was like, and I think Joe White was talking to me, like he was like, and you'd only just started.
Yeah,
and
6 months into
Joe White was
yeah.
like, "What's this Lorenzo guy like?" And I'm like, "He's gonna be huge. Don't even fucking worry about it. Like, if he wasn't, just do something with him, man. That dude is gonna be massive."
Oh, my man.
I point out talent like so easy.
You should be an agent then.
I should be
an agent,
but I'm a comedian, bro, who gets plenty of laughs.
Probably get more money doing.
Probably more money as
scouting
an
agent, you know.
But yeah, whatevs. But yeah, I can point him out. Yeah, Sample was like the second. Like he opened for my filming of my first special.
Yeah.
And Billy was opening for the first show.
He's smashing it too.
First hour show, yeah. But Billy was like terrifying to go on.
Yeah.
Like we both started at the same time, but just every time I seen Billy, I was just like pissing myself. And I was like, dude, do you wanna open for me in my first hour? Like my first hour show? And he was like, yeah, I'd love to, bro. I'd love to do that. And he got up in my first hour. He was the second podcast we did. Go back, have a look. Billy Stiles.
He's hilarious.
Smashing it right now.
Lovely
doing
guy
fucking
too.
gigs
Lovely
everywhere.
guy too.
Amazing dude. And and yeah, I was like, hey, I'll put you up. And this female singer,
Okay.
like her name's Sinead BC.
I've heard of her, yeah.
She used to do Speakeasy back in the day.
Yeah.
But one of dude, I used to like listen to her songs and just melt. She's a lesbian and shit.
Yeah.
Amazing chick. I don't know if I should have said that.
That's all right.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's on her. But like, probably one of my better friends at Speakeasy, and she was just like, her music would just take you the fuck, like in the middle of like burlesque, dark comedy, fucking. Then Sinead would just get up and go with her acoustic and just fucking melt you. I was like, dude, I'll bring her in because I've always wanted to do gigs with her outside, and we're just such good friends.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll get Billy Stiles to open, and then I'll get her to sing, and then I'll do dark, fucked up comedy. I sold out that
first. Warmed them up.
But like the warm up was so amazing.
And this is at the, I think this is at the Exford, yeah?
No, I did the Exford one was the one that Sample opened for me.
Yeah.
But the one before that, the one I sold out like 50 tickets at the Kodiak Club in Fitzroy.
Okay, I know which one that is.
It was packed upstairs, filled it in, and just like decided to put up my favorite, like my favorite comedian at the time and my favorite musician at the time, and she was singing these heartfelt songs. It was so
just
hard
before dark comedy, just before things
just before I got up and I was like, dick, fuck, shit, piss,
misogynist.
And she was just up there like singing songs about fucking like growing up in the sticks
There's just no connection.
No, honestly, I was sitting like in the back area, like tearing up over like how amazing Sinead is at singing, and like the stories that she'd tell in her music. I was like, and Billy got up right after. Welcome to the stage, Stingray Thunder. I was like tearing.
And you go, babies.
I go, yo, dick, fuck, shit, poop, anorexic people.
Who needs them?
just a big slaughter. It worked, but it was like you're meant to get your opener to warm you up.
Yeah.
Not take the show.
Well, now you've learnt, you know.
That's what it is. Yeah.
You get me next.
No, like Billy probably could have clearly taken the show. That dude is hilarious. But like if it was just comedy, like if it was just like stand up, I would have been fine afterwards.
Yeah.
Like Billy doing Billy's thing, and then I get up and do my thing after Billy. Fine.
Yeah.
Squeeze in a Sinead BC. Making the whole crowd tear up and feel like they're not at a comedy show. It was like...
Well, you know what they say about when it comes to having your own show and then having openers. And it's almost like a double-edged sword when they ask you to open for someone, because in a way, the experienced comedians know that they need to get someone who's funny enough, but not as funny as you.
Yeah.
And that's what it is, because they want to be able to warm the crowd.
Billy was
and then
totally
you went,
funny.
I'm getting headliners to open for me.
Headliners.
I'm getting Chris
headline
Rock.
comedian and an amazing musician who will like bring down the mood to the point where everybody's almost about to cry, and just before the tears start falling,
You get someone hilarious.
I walk in there, wipe the tears because I'm sitting in the back row like, fuck, that was amazing. Get up and be like, dick, fart, shit. Like that's the whole gist of the whole thing. Yeah.
10 years from now, Matt, if you could predict the future, right? If you had a bunch of tarot cards and you can go, oh yeah, this is definitely my future, and this is where you would want to be as a comedian, what would you hope and predict you would want to be?
10 years from now?
10 years from now.
Netflix special.
Netflix special.
Yeah, 100%.
Go on. Expand on that, please.
That's all.
What do you mean? What, Netflix special? What? Murder mysteries? What do you mean?
A Netflix comedy special.
Stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%. I don't care. I like doing stand-up, bro.
Okay.
It's my favorite thing.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Straight to Netflix. Yep.
Yeah, or like a special that's accepted on Netflix. But I'd be happy, to be honest, with many streaming services.
Yeah.
Like,
Hulu.
Just a special of my stand-up.
Disney
Disney will never put me up.
No.
Disney will never. No, like I'm going to do dark comedy.
Yeah.
But I know that, like on Netflix, they put up Gervais. They put up fucking, what is it at? Like Ricky Gervais, Dave Chappelle, Bill Burr. Like they put up dark comedy. If I could get up there, like if I could get like my shit there, I'd be happy, man. I'd be like, whether it goes well or not, I hope it would.
Yeah.
And I could do another one.
Yeah.
You know, like
that's your dream run in 10 years. Netflix.
Yeah, well, just an hour-long special. That's good for Netflix. Like, and they put it up, and then it'll be like, all right, sweet, we're good.
Let's say, right, worst case scenario, 10 years from now, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, well, like the odds are it won't happen, bro.
Well,
no,
hey, look, let's
YouTube special.
YouTube
Same fucking thing.
TikTok special, TikTok live.
No, dude, all right. I'll
worst case scenario, that doesn't happen. You're still, because you've been doing comedy for how long now?
7 years.
7 years.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say another 10 years, right? You're still in Melbourne, and you're still, really, going hard at the open mics.
I wouldn't be. Yeah.
You wouldn't be?
Nah.
So 5 years, let's say 5 years from now, you're still doing it.
Dude, I'm like this close to leaving Melbourne now.
Why?
Yeah, because I do dark comedy, and even if I get as much laughs as everyone else, people are wary of putting me up because of it.
But that's why you stick with it.
Yeah,
Because if you know people are laughing, isn't that the
But
order?
I ain't doing this for 50.
No.
Like, I don't
Wow,
wanna be
who
50
knows?
I don't want to be 50 years old in Melbourne. Dude, I give this place, like I'm cutting it early, I wanted to stay here for 9 years.
You can always find your audience elsewhere, and that's what it is.
No, like
supply and demand, right?
I'm building the audience elsewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm not going to hang around Melbourne, like, forever.
That's why.
Yeah,
that's why
really.
you would try out different places. Like,
Yeah, of course. I'd keep traveling until
Hmm.
I found the place where I could practice my comedy regularly without fucking, like, angry.
Yeah.
Angry people in
Well,
my
I got
group.
lucky in a way, so that's what I was leading to. Like, I got lucky in a way. I don't think. I mean, I haven't lost hope of trying to make it here in Australia. I mean, there's still certain things that I'm doing and progressing in as a comic and as a comedian and as a content creator that I still do well here. That I can. I mean, you know, I do shows here and there that people go, oh man, I want to see you do a live, a full on, you know, 30 to 40 minute to an hour show. I want to see more than just the 10 minutes, which is great. But outside of that, I've got my Filipino audience that I can speak in my mother tongue, and as well as there's way more people. Like I told you, there was a typhoon happening, and they still came by the droves.
So you could go to Philippines.
I
Is
could
that
go to
your
the
plan, bro?
Philippines, and well, here's the thing: if I'm not making as much money or no money at all in Melbourne, because I'm planning to possibly do my own MICF possibly this year or possibly next year when I think I have a full on hour, right?
You should definitely do that. Yeah.
And that'll be a good indication of how good my material is here in Australia, and if the audience doesn't respond to it, man, I can say whatever I can, and I can say whatever I want in the Philippines. People were laughing with me just doing a TED talk there.
Yeah, of course.
Just a normal TED talk, not
Yeah.
even I could just go poo, and they go ha 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 ha,
Yeah.
which is great because they came to see me, kind of like how you would have like a Bill Burr who come there to see him specifically, and I think that's what it is. You find your audience, you find your niche,
Of course.
and it's never you can never write yourself out. When I say 10 years, I only ever say because I want to see what you say, but you can always create that niche or get that niche in a year. I did that in a year randomly.
Yeah.
Random.
That's
I didn't
luck.
did it
though.
on purpose.
Sometimes there's a luck.
There's luck. There's
involved.
also,
But it's
because I was
also
content creating
But
prior
please
to that.
understand when I say luck, you are very skilled
Thank you.
at what you do. Like you are fucking like, and I knew it. I said it before.
Thank you.
I knew it from the moment I see it. It's like this dude's gonna blow up. I don't
Thank
give
you,
a
man.
fuck.
Thank
I
you.
knew it. I'm not fucking bringing down the thing you're saying. I'm saying that fucking if you're gonna smash it and you have to go somewhere else to smash, you'll go somewhere else to smash, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
so
sure.
there's no way I'm gonna fucking hang around in Melbourne, like a place where like I generally kill but get nowhere with. Like I'll just move to another place,
You know,
and you got to follow your heart. bro.
I agree with you. I feel like, and it's not a diss to Melbourne or the place. I love Melbourne. I love the people
Fuck
here.
Melbourne. I love all the people
I
here.
love all the people. But I have to say, there is this underlying feeling that every time you, and it's not just me, I think it's a lot of comics, that there is this underlying feeling that you almost have to be tiptoeing on what you say about certain topics because they're afraid of being cancelled.
Yeah, dude, I'm not, bro. Fuck.
You're not, and you know
You know
what?
what I mean?
You're not, and what happens is sometimes you pay the consequences by not being booked in certain rooms, which is terrible.
No, it's fine.
because if people are laughing
Yeah,
at your,
Like, I get
your
the
bits,
laughs, yeah.
that's what I do find a little bit frustrating sometimes, and I do that with my set. Like I'll write certain jokes, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I should say this when I should
never-
just say it,
dude.
you
As
know?
a fucking fellow comedian, the moment I stopped giving a fuck about that shit, like I was getting banned from gigs.
Yeah,
before that, but
yeah.
like I mean, the moment I stopped worrying about that shit was the moment it started. Like I just stopped bombing.
yeah.
Like
Great.
if you got something to say, fucking say it, bro.
And I think if you genuinely believe what you say, and you and it's
believe?
also,
Dude, I'm telling jokes,
yeah,
bro.
but
I don't believe in the shit that I'm saying, man. That is crazy.
no, I mean, like,
I'm telling jokes. There's a thing that I think is funny, man.
I think what I
And
meant to say was,
say
if you were genuine in regards to what you're saying, and it's tongue in cheek, and it's wholeheartedly, this is not me in real life, then you can actually say. But sometimes people take it to heart too much. They can't separate the comedian from the person.
Fuck those people, man. 100%. That's where I'm at right now. Like I know what you're saying. And I know where you're at. Me personally, right now, fuck those people, bro. Fuck 'em.
No, still come to our show.
No, don't
come to my
Keep
show.
the fuck away from me. I
still wanna get paid.
Actually, to be honest,
Watch my content.
Come to my show. And then walk up to me afterwards and say that shit, and I will spit in your face.
I won't.
He won't.
I'll say, hey, you are so friendly. Thank you for paying the money to come in.
Yeah, I'm not on that. I'm not on that train with you, bro.
But
I've been on that train. Is what I'm
been
saying.
on that train.
I've culled my jokes down. Not only that, I've culled them down since I moved to Melbourne. And then I've just gotten to a point where it's like I've been cancelled so many times. Never raped a woman.
Yeah,
I'll be. There are dudes that have like
sexually
been
assaulted
on the
people.
border of sexual assault that are still doing gigs right now, being super polite. I've never done anything fucking wrong outside of saying something. Fuck you. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with that thing. I'm just gonna I'm gonna enjoy myself. I'm gonna do whatever jokes I want.
Yeah.
Mark fucking Oshka is a fucking king for doing that. That dude, he'll just say whatever he wants, and he's
the
funny.
last gig we saw him do, wasn't it amazing?
Yeah, dude, funny as fuck.
He gets misunderstood and he gets taken out of context all the time. Some of the stuff he says could be borderline, racist, but it's not really him in real life. You know,
I know the dude.
He tells me he's been with a black chick.
Yeah.
So
does that matter? Yeah, I didn't see that as a thing.
Exactly.
This is like, dude, let us say what we want. We're comedians. Yeah. We talk shit. And if I get on stage and say some shit and get some laughs, I'm doing it. Yeah. Even if it's dangerous.
You're not gonna please everyone. Even my stuff, you look at your analytics on Facebook, right, or on YouTube or TikTok. Yeah. I'll look at the amounts of likes and laughter and hearts, and I'll get like 52,000 likes on one video, and there'll be like 2 people that angry reacts. But I focus on those 2 people. But that was back then, right?
Yeah, fuck that.
Now
fuck
I'm like,
people.
I laugh at them because I'm like, you couldn't see the joy and happiness out of this sketch. And then you got to angry react. Like, how sad is your life?
Yeah, look at all the happy reacts I got to this.
Like, I made 52,000 people happy on one sketch.
And 2 people angry.
And 2 people angry.
Fuck those and you're 2
like,
people.
And I bet you they live with their mom in their basement. They're like, they masturbate 24/7.
Yeah, probably the child porn.
Yeah.
All those cunts. Yeah. They're just like...
Or they're a priest and they...
Yeah. They're just some fuckhead. Like, why are we paying attention to these people? Fuck them to hell.
Yeah, and I used to get upset. I used to have, I'm not going to mention names, but I used to have a couple of comedians actually attack me. And there's probably still one particular person. And it used to annoy me because I'm like, I like these guys. These guys. And I'm like, why are they doing this? And I'm like, they're not jealous of me. I used to think it can't be jealousy. It can't be. And then the more I think about it, that's the only reason. That's the only reason. Because why else would they suddenly be like, oh, this sucks? And I'm like, well, it doesn't suck because it's getting this much traction.
I even know who you're talking about.
Let's not mention names, but but there is one particular person, but I won't mention him. But like, you know what I mean? Like, it's sad. It's sad because I like them. And then suddenly, you can tell me why you disagree, but they won't. It's just like, no, it sucks. And you're like, why does it suck? It just sucks. It sucks because it sucks.
Yeah, because
you're not funny.
Because they're fucked. Yeah, fuck them,
man. And for me, I love people succeeding. When I heard you doing really well at the Rubber Chicken, because you've had times where you've told me where they've banned you and they wouldn't even let you go into certain rooms. And then when I heard Gavin Semple talk nicely about you and that you killed, I was like, damn. I was like, I felt so happy for you because not often do you get other comics talk nicely about other comics sometimes.
Very rare. You've got
very
really
rare. Especially the ones that are like so bitter. Sometimes there's been times where Gavin has been bitter towards people, but like he's matured and become this amazing comics over the years.
Very hilarious, too.
And he's hilarious as well. Like,
I reckon he was funnier than me that night, to be honest, bro.
And he fucking paid you out. You know, he's like, damn, he's man, nigga's good.
Dude is fucking funny as fuck.
And the one time that I found you not so funny was when you tried to change yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I reckon it was only a period of like a couple of months or whatever it was. And I reckon you keep doing your thing. Don't let other people tell you. And I'm saying this because you said this to me. And Nikki La, shout out to you, bro. He also said the same thing about me when it came to people trying to bring me down when I started, 3 or 4 years ago. And I listened to you and Nikki, and I was like, hey man, keep doing what you're doing. It's working for you. Don't change for no one. And like content-wise, in regards to what I'm making, comedy-wise, I'm making money. Like I actually am.
You're
it's great.
You're living off this shit a little bit.
Man. So, and I think that's what you got to do, bro.
100%.
Be yourself. See, like we went from foreskin to like positive stuff
to being like, be yourself.
Be yourself.
That's a buff. And we're at the end of the podcast anyway, so we're smashing.
You gotta smash people.
Thanks for
don't
coming.
Smash people.
Punch him in the face.
grab life by the balls.
So this is Lorenzo
Larano. Or Malabonga, my real name.
What is it?
Malabonga.
No, just go for
Lorenzo Larano.
Larano. Look him up for his El Cavito as well.
Facebook El Cavito.
Yeah, dude, nailing out.
Gangster
Hopefully get
cooking.
a few fucking followers.
My merch right here.
Yeah. Buy his merch, do the whole fucking thing. All right, you guys are lovely. We've had a really good podcast. Lorenzo, you fucking legend. Thanks for fucking rolling.
Yeah.
What a fucking boss. Legend.
Signing out. El Cavito style, homes.
Blah.